I remember Wittgenstein talking about how somebody had once asked him if he believed in God. And he said, all I can say is, sometimes I say to someone, God bless you, and mean it. And, I mean, that's, that means, for him, what do you mean? Am I prepared to assert, quote, God exists, unquote, yes or no? I mean, this is just to misapprehend what's at issue here. And to that extent, I think one does learn something by going back and looking again at Aquinas, because Aquinas has what he calls the quinque viae, the 5 roads. The 5 roads are not 5 ways of convincing an atheist that after all he's wrong, and that when he thought God didn't exist, actually God does exist. What Aquinas is concerned with when he writes about his quinque viae, his 5 ways, his 5 roads, what he's doing is 5 ways of showing people what it is in their experience which exemplifies a theocentric perspective. I mean, he talks about the nature of existence. He talks about the evidence of design. He talks about all these different aspects of a religious point of view. And at the end of each of these explanations, what he says is, this all men call God. It's what he's doing is elucidating what it is that's essentially religious in the ways in which we think about and deal with the world, which underlie people's theocentric, people's God-oriented talk. I mean, and he himself, I mean, Aquinas saw and explained why it isn't possible to produce the kinds of arguments that Leibniz wanted to produce for underpinning and validating our beliefs about God. Arguments which Leibniz felt were indispensable because of the desperation generated in him by the 30 Years' War and by the outcome of this awful, religiously rationalized military conflict. On the contrary, for Aquinas, the thing was to understand how a religious point of view is something that comes naturally to us all, and something that we do very often in our lives, even if we don't articulate it in terms of some kind of theological language. And he thinks he can show this in 5 different ways, and this is quite different from saying that Aquinas produces proofs. This is a piece of, I mean, the idea that Aquinas offers us 5 different proofs of the existence of God is not good theology.